and welcome here to TalkFCB, and welcome back to La Liga action and yet another away game for Barça. Right here, we're going to be taking on Elche with some big decisions for Ronald Koeman in terms of the team selection. We're going to be talking about it all and hopefully previewing what can be a positive weekend for this club. So, without further ado, let's get to it. Because indeed, kickoff will be coming to us live from Estadio Martínez Valero as Barça do come up against Elche at 4:15 p.m. local time. Is there the earlier kickoff on Sunday afternoon? And I want to take a look here, first and foremost, at the La Liga table. Because as you can see, Atletico Madrid, for me, they won again in midweek, coming from behind in that game. They are looking so strong at the top. They're 7 points clear, and they have a game in hand as we approach the halfway stage of the season. And I'd also like to highlight as well the pressure that Villarreal and also Sevilla are putting on Barça, and not only Barça, but also Real for those top 4 places. We have to win here. It's a game that we should win. So let's just do it. Because when you're looking at our opponents, Elche coming into this game are currently in the relegation zone. They are lying there in 18th place in La Liga, and they haven't actually won a La Liga fixture since way back in October. No win at all since the end of October, and they've actually averaged this season less than 1 goal scored per game. So like I say, this is a game that Barça, with the players that we have, regardless of who's available and who's not, this is a game we should be winning. But of course, it has not been straightforward for us throughout the month of January. We've had certain highs, winning and penalties against Sociedad to get to the Super Cup final, but then straight away back down to earth. And in our last 3 games, all of them going to extra time, this team physically has been stretched to the max. And of course, we're also going to be without our talisman for one more game, despite Barca appealing Messi's 2-match suspension after his red card in that final against Athletic. He will indeed complete his ban by sitting out this game against Elche, but that will leave him fit and ready to return next week, and if required he could play on Wednesday in the Copa del Rey away at Rayo Vallecano, but most likely he's going to be back next Sunday in La Liga in the eagerly awaited rematch against none other than Athletic Club at the Camp Nou. And I think certainly coming off the back of that midweek win in the Copa del Rey, the most important thing was that we got through that game. Don't really feel the need here to go too much into that performance because it wasn't exactly vintage Barca. But one man that I have to talk about, not just because of that game, but because of every single game over, I would say, the past month, the past 2 months, he has been growing with every game in a Barca shirt. And I say it all the time, Ronald Araujo. We have to talk about him because he's been so good. And like I say, in that defence, there's been uncertainty this season. In our back line, we've certainly had a lot of problems, but he has been consistently at the really top level. And the way that I'd actually describe him, I've heard this phrase quite a few times in football, he's a Rolls Royce of a player. Now, if you don't know what that means, it basically means here, he is just so composed. Everything that he does at his own pace. Every single time there, he's in a 1 versus 1 battle, he just looks so confident. He just looks as though he knows he's going to win that ball back. He's going to catch up with his opponent. He has got everything in his locker as a centre-back there. He's got pace, he's got power, he's got height, he reads the game well. And I just think here, for such a young player, coming into the first team, he's got a lot of minutes this season, and he has proven himself. And I would go as far to say right now, he's our best defender. And I don't think that's any way controversial. He is comfortably the best defender we currently have in our team, and that is credit to him. And I'm really impressed with what Araujo is showing. But if we move on to Ronald Koeman's potential lineup tomorrow, first of all, let's take a look here at the squad list that he has to choose from. One big player there that we do have back among our squad is Serginho Dest. He's recovered from the slight problem that kept him out there of the Copa del Rey. Of course, we're welcoming back all of the first team players who missed that game too, and also the Barca B players included Oscar Mingueza, no surprises there, Conrad de la Fuente, and also Arnau Tenas are with the first team and available here for the trip to Elche. And I want to look here at 3 different lineups that Koeman could opt with coming into this game. Because, up first, we have the lineup here that I believe Ronald Koeman will go with in this game. Ter Stegen, of course, is going to return in goal. Jordi Alba is going to start at left back. That's not really on merit, but Junior Firpo did not do enough in that game to put pressure on him, and sadly we didn't see Alejandro Balde. Providing he's all fine to start, Dest will certainly return for this game, and I expect their Longley and Araujo to line up at the centre of Koeman's defence. De Jong and Busquets will be back in midfield, and I wouldn't be too surprised here to see Braithwaite keep his place in attack. Pedri behind him, Griezmann off to the left, of course, coming central, and also Ousmane Dembele, the match winner from the other night. He's also going to be involved. But the question that I would ask there, has Braithwaite done enough to keep his place? I didn't think he was good in midweek there in the Copa del Rey, missed some big chances, and I think right now he's not somebody who's really pushing to be in this team, so I would suggest there an alternative. Because this, on merit, is the team that I would go with. I would actually give Samuel Umtiti there an opportunity at centre-back alongside Araujo. I think maybe Umtiti didn't play there because of the artificial pitch and his knee and his problems. Maybe they didn't want to risk him on that pitch, but I think he should start here alongside Araujo because Longley has not been convincing. I'm fine there to keep with Alba and Dest. We don't really have a lot more options indeed, and De Jong and Busquets, but the one big change that I would make is actually they're playing Griezmann as that centre-forward there in front of Pedri, and on the left, I play Conrad. He came on in the Copa del Rey. He did more than Trincao did, you got to be honest. And I also think there, he did more than Braithwaite did in terms of going forward. He deserves an opportunity in La Liga. He should have had one before now. And I would start Conrad in this game. There is, though, one more alternative that I would suggest if Koeman was really caught between ideas. Maybe there he was short on those attacking options. He could go with that three at the back system. Longley, Umtiti and Araujo here lining up as the three centre-backs. Alba and Dest really pushing on to give us that width. And then the front three could effectively be Griezmann, Dembele and Pedri. There you wouldn't necessarily have to play Braithwaite if he doesn't want to play Conrad. You could play those three, have the full-backs higher, and maybe that would be enough there, in the same way that it was away at Valladolid, to take care here of Elche. What do you think? And out of those lineups, which one would you prefer? But it is indeed time now for your predictions, and coming into this game, I think you guys believe we're going to get the win, but I don't really believe you think it's going to be a big win, because obviously we are without Messi. Of course, this team, like I say, still physically, there are question marks, and of course, we're not exactly the most consistent team ever. And of course, guys, make sure you're going over to the Flick chat, where you'll be leaving your predictions and also competing there for that cash prize. But if it was up to me, I would say here coming into this game, Barça are going to win. And I'm actually going to say here, Barça 3, Elche 0. I think if we do line up there with a fluid front three, if Conrad gets an opportunity, Pedri was brilliant when he came on in the Copa del Rey. If we can show some of that quality there in the final third, we can get the job done here. No mistake about that. But what do you think? Let me know your predictions in the comments down below. And of course, let me know how you would line up in this game. I'll see you tomorrow, guys. It'll be an earlier match review on Sunday. I'm looking forward to that, and I hope you enjoy your weekend. I'll see you then, guys. Thank you for watching. But until next time, as always, Visca El Barça.